Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. I am a co-host, Samantha Farlow, with the Garrison Public Affairs Office.
And I am another co-host, Corporal Kyra Pearl, with the 3rd Armored Corps Public Affairs Office.
And I am another co-host, Specialist Garrett Dacko, with 11th Signal Brigade. And you're listening to Fort Hood's
Great Big Podcast.
Hi, and welcome back. So I'm sure you're all aware, this month is Month of the Military Child, and because of that, we have a guest with us today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Scheller, and I am the New Parent Support Program Manager. And New Parent Support is one of the Army Community Service family advocacy programs.
Wow. Well, thank you for coming on the show today. So can you tell us a bit about what you do as the program manager over there?
What I do is the New Parent Support Program, for those of you that haven't heard of us or don't know about us, we are a program of nurses and social workers, and we do one-on-one education and information with families that are expecting a baby or have a child up to the age of 36 months old. We do home visits, we call them, because we can actually come to your house with the information that you're looking for, or we can meet you anywhere that you are comfortable having a meeting in the community. And thanks to COVID, we do virtual. So send you a Teams invite and we can do right over your laptop or phone or whatever you want. Some even, it might just be phone calls. And we cover basically, if it has something to do with a young family, we have something to do with it. So pregnant family, pregnant mama that may join with us, we could go over fetal growth and development, labor and delivery, infant care, breastfeeding, how to encourage the growth and development. When should your baby roll over? When should your baby be able to hold themselves, up on their hands? When will they start walking? When do I start solid foods? How do you change a diaper? What does a diaper rash look like? What's a temperature? And then as they get older, into the terrific twos, how do you handle a temper tantrum? What is that all about? For moms and dads, it's a whole new thing. It completely changes. It's a new facet to your relationship. We can assist with that, with couples information and becoming, still being that couple, but also being somebody's parents together now as the children get older. Again, growth and development. How do you play with a 2-3-year-old? What kind of activities can you do that help enrich their development, so that they hit those milestones? Even babies that are born prematurely, we can help you make sure that they stay on track developmentally, because they're going to hit their goals at different times than, say, a baby that was born full term at a month, as opposed to a 1-month-old who was born 6 to 8 weeks early. They're going to be completely different children at, that 1 month mark. So it's a really fabulous program. And we are either licensed clinical social workers or registered nurses that have experience in labor and delivery, mother-baby, pediatrics, all those different areas. For the social workers, working with families with young children. And it's a free service, and we come to you. And, I think sometimes what a lot of people don't realize on post is there are 2 family advocacies. There is the family advocacy, the fun side, as I like to call it, and we're with Army Community Service. So you see us around all the time with the information fairs, the bike rodeos, the movies that we may put on for families, new parent support. When it comes to the infant care class, we bring the plastic bath and the baby dolls and the diapers and everything, and we work hand on hand with that. And then there is also the family advocacy that's part of the MedCom side, which is over on the 3rd floor up at Darnall, which is the treatment side of the house. So if there have been marital issues or a problem with an abuse incidents or whatever, that is the MedCom treatment side. We, with New Parent Support and family advocacy with our classes, we're the preventative side. So we're the fun side. We're the classes that enrich relationships and give you information to help you really navigate what can be the difficulties of a military lifestyle.
No, yeah, that makes so much sense. When I had my first child, it was during the midst of COVID, and I know a lot of your programs, a bit services, I should say, were all virtual. So are in-person meetings or house visits back up and running now?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
It is totally up to the family and the individuals. We are able to come into the home if you want us in the home, but there's still stuff rolling around out there. So if you're not comfortable with people coming into your home yet, we can absolutely do the virtual.
Okay, that's so amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. Like, I'm pregnant again now, of course. And I feel like it's not talked about enough that these services are available.
We try, but it is, since COVID started, I'm so ready for the world to open back up. Totally. We got rid of the masks, so that was a big step. Now we need to be able to have our classes, and we need to be able, we being new parent support, go over to the women's health clinic and, be a presence there, maybe go up to the mother baby unit and see if any mothers or fathers are interested in our services or would like information to check in on it later after they get home and recuperate from a delivery. Then you go through all that paperwork you were given and see what's out there. But slowly but surely, someday we'll open our play morning again. That was one of our most popular events. Wednesday mornings from 9:30 to 11 at Bronco Youth Center, we had play mornings. But right now, still, we're not allowed to have those big group events like that. We're hoping, because things are coming back to life, but that is definitely one thing for everybody, all the moms with the young children, the preschoolers down to infants, to keep an eye out for, because you don't have to register. You just show up, sign up, and play along with your child and meet other parents.
Aw.
That's such a great opportunity. I hope it does come back
Yeah,
soon.
it's wonderful. And we even do an area, because we have like those primary color vinyl fences, I guess you'd call them.
Oh,
They're
yes.
bright colored
Yeah.
with the PVC pipe and stuff. And we section off an area that's just for babies that aren't even crawling yet. So, they're not getting tromped over by a 16 or 18-month-old that's got the shopping cart and on a mission
Oh, gosh.
to run the whole place, so it's protected. It's got the mats, it's got the boppies that mamas can lay their babies on. It becomes a place breastfeeders, not breastfeeders, newborns up to before they're crawling, and it becomes a really good support group for moms with the little babies like that. And then the other ones, like with the shopping cart that Mario Andretti in the making there, we've got the ball pits and the reading circles and the cars, and we just got all the Fred Flintstone toys, as I call them, all the foot operated. We must have 30 of those at least. So, and we do a craft. There's always a craft that we do, and every week it's a different craft. And if something's going on, like say it's National Dental Month, it'll have something to do with teeth or a dentist or healthy foods and things like that. But it's a craft that the parent and the children can do together. And then it's an area where they can just, because it's the whole gym, they can just run that energy off. And then, parents can feed them some lunch, take them home, and hopefully they'll take a nap. And it's not a mess that they got to clean up. We stay behind and clean up the gym.
Wow.
So it just makes for a good time for the children. And then for moms, if you're new to the area and you don't have friends or something, there's a whole group of parents there that have children the same age as yours.
That sounds like such a great opportunity. I can't wait for that to come back eventually, especially since, I have a 1.5-year-old at home and they have an unlimited energy batteries. So
yeah, and
definitely could
especially
use
once the second baby comes, just think you could be there with the newborn and just kind of follow along that one and let your older one run and play and have other children to interact with and stuff. It is nice. We call it organized chaos.
That sounds like the perfect title.
Organized chaos, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
So I know those mornings aren't back in session yet, but are there any events that you have done recently?
We do have, we actually have an online that you can do for a story time.
Oh.
That we do. We have it every Wednesday that people can call and let us know they want to register for it, because again, it's a Teams thing. So if you want to do the story time, which is about just a half an hour, because it's kind of hard to keep a 2-year-old's attention for even half an hour, but we
Right.
try. The parents can call New Parent Support at 287-2286 and let us know they want to be a part of the Wednesday story time, and we get their email address and send them out the invite, and then they can log on for that. So we've been doing, mainly the story times that way. But as for a play group or anything like that, unfortunately, no.
Well, not even necessarily a play group, just any of your programs.
Well, when it
events.
comes to our infant care and daddy boot camp for new dads, those are in person. And those are once a month. And oh my goodness, the newborn care class has been a big hit. We actually had to find another classroom because we're over at the Shoemaker Center, and the classroom for the ACS area, we outgrew it because it's become a popular class. So we've had to get a bigger area so that we can have more parents in there to do the infant care class. And I mean, we bring the babies and we go over wrapping them in blankets and dressing them and bathing them and what a normal healthy diaper looks like, and we put stuff in the diaper just to kind
Very
of
realistic.
to simulate it, right? Okay, if you got Nutella in there, what do you think you got going on, right? So, but it also helps you learn it's not as easy to clean their bottoms off as you think it is.
Oh no, and they're wriggling and trying to get out of there.
Oh, yes, they are. So it's a really great class. It's about an hour and a half, 2-hour class, depending on how long it takes to get through everything. But the families absolutely love it. We also are doing our Shake and Baby class that we do virtually, so that we can get as many parents as possible to attend that, because the Shake and Baby class is a class that if you're having a baby at Darnall, you have to do the Shake and Baby training. Now, they will show the video and do when you deliver and you're on the mother-baby unit, but this way you're not tired, you maybe don't have guests coming in and out, and you can get that. It's one requirement that with us virtually you can get done and get paperwork that you take to the hospital that shows you have done that training. And that's just about a half an hour class that we do on the second and fourth Wednesdays. And again, we do that virtually. And then on the first Wednesdays of the month, the boot camp for new dads is a 9 to 12 class, and we do that in person. And every father that has participated in that, whether they've had a child before or not, they love it.
I actually wanted to ask you a little bit about that because I heard about it. My first pregnancy, I found out I was pregnant February 2020, right before COVID started. And of course, we didn't actually get to participate in any of those, but my husband was really interested in it, and it looks and sounds so cool. Most of the time you hear parenthood and you think mother, and fathers are just as present and deserve the information too.
Oh, dads need it. I think that could be one of the biggest issues. I mean, I have been with New Parent Support for 14 and a half years now.
Oh, wow.
And one of the big issues, because when I started, our op tempo was a lot higher with deployments and things. And it could be hard for dads to engage, moms too, if they were the active duty, because, I know my husband was one of them. He's not even home from one deployment, and they're already telling you when they're going again. And it's like, can we get him home before we start talking about going again? And it was really, really hard. And it can be hard to get that active duty parent to engage with the children. But now we're settling down a little bit more, and dads need to know they're important. They're very important. Each parent in a child's life has things that they teach them, and males teach children completely different things than moms and females would,
Right.
playing and rules, and really for a lot of the men in a little girl's life will show her how she should be treated by men, and vice versa, that the woman in a male's life is going to show them how they should be treated by women. And the relationship together of mom and dad's going to show them how relationships go. So it's very, very important. Dads are highly important in children's lives. We're seeing more and more of it in society. A lot more is coming out that where there are not fathers, there are a lot of issues. They don't go to school, they get into trouble, they just have a lot of issues, because especially for both boys or girls, when you get those teenage years, especially, very important. Fathers are very important.
So what are some of the things that they teach at the Father's Boot Camp?
Daddy's Boot Camp for new dads, is kind of like a crash what to expect when you're expecting, because we try to impress on the dads what mom's going through. So you may not have heard it from me, but we do have empathy bellies.
Ah,
I've heard of those.
It's only guys in the class. Wives, moms are not allowed to come. It's just for the dads.
That's good to
that's
know.
gotta be hilarious.
Or, or the same way, I don't want to have moms out there, because we do have same-sex couples. Moms that are not the pregnant ones are more than welcome. We can bring them in as well and do the empathy bellies, and to go through and learn, a little bit of what mom's going through, what they can expect with a newborn.
But no pregnant people allowed.
Right, no pregnant people, none of that. None of the pregnant parents are allowed in there. This is just for the non-pregnant parent to come in and learn some about what it's like with the empathy belly, doing simple things, how uncomfortable it can be, how to pack a diaper bag. What do you put in a diaper bag, right? What do you want in the diaper bag? I know when my husband, when ours were little, it was cargo pant time. It was that small wipes container and a couple diapers, and off he'd go. And I'd always tell him, "You'll be sorry you don't have a change of clothes." Usually he would be, but that's okay. But we do it different, and that's also a big thing that we can teach dads. Moms tend to do a thing we call gatekeeping, with, you have to change them this way. They have to wear this. You have to wipe them that way. You can't feed them that way. You have to hold them this way to burp it. They don't like it. And what you find is each parent has a different way. Each parent has a different parenting style. I mean, we all did it. Just think back. If you got in trouble, who'd you want to go to, mom or dad?
Oh, for me, it was mom all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
See? Yeah.
Yep.
For my kids, it was dad.
Yeah, for me it was my dad.
So it all depends on what it is. So we have different parenting styles. So, I remember my husband I worked at the hospital and lawn stool, and I could have my daughter just all kinds of cute girl stuff, I consider it, right? He'd bring her up and she'd be dressed just like him. The jeans that were only for daycare because they had the double knees. She'd actually have a belt on. I don't even know where he got it, and a t-shirt and her gym shoes. And it's like, oh my gosh, all my people I work with are seeing this is my daughter. But he's like, she's not a doll. She's dressed appropriately. And I'm like, she's dressed just like you. So
See, appropriately.
and it was like, okay, that's fine. That's, and you got to let it go. It's like, oh my goodness.
Man.
Okay. Yeah. So each parent has their different thing. And I think sometimes with Daddy Boot Camp, we can help dads understand, have that discussion with your partner and stuff about there's going to be differences, and to not, if you want help, let me help, but I might change a diaper a little differently than you, or I might hold them to burp them a little differently than you. And that's okay. If it works, what works for dad may not work for mom, and vice versa. So it doesn't all have to be, and I think because we women, as you know, we're quite hormonal after we give birth, and we tend to be a little bit protective, and sometimes for moms, it's just that can be a helpful conversation before that you need to.
I'm just over here having some self-reflection.
Well, it is. You're so incredibly protective of them after they are born. Sometimes you forget you didn't do it all on your own.
And you're not alone now.
That's right.
So wait,
let 'em
how do
help
they
you.
sign up for this again? I'm asking for a Mr. Pearl.
Yeah, I was about to say, you got to get Mr. Pearl in this class.
You just call New Parent Support at 287-2286 and let them know that you want to sign up for the boot camp for new dads. And we've already done the one for April, so the next one will be that first Wednesday in May. And then every month after, May, June, July, whatever that first Wednesday is. So if there is someone out there that's just in their first trimester of pregnancy, just know that as you get closer to your due date, whatever that first Wednesday is, and say the month before you're due, would be a really good time to get dad or partner signed up for that class.
Well, this is a really great time for me to talk to you then, because next month is the month before we're due.
Well, there you go. So you want to get Mr. Pearl signed up for May.
Definitely.
And it's a fun class. It's a fun class. And dads, don't worry that it's the empathy bellies. We're not like shooting video and putting it on TikTok or anything like that. You know, we don't do that. And that's why we try to keep it, you know, just the group of parents that are expecting, the non-pregnant one, and a chance to learn and appreciate and get some helpful hints.
Right. See, I'm not a dad, and I'm not expecting anytime soon. But I'm gonna take advantage of this class if in any time in the future it happens.
If it's ever needed.
Yeah, if it's ever needed.
It's a
God forbid.
fun class, and we're trying to find some other ways to support dads. So if anybody out there, you know, if there's something that you daddies are needing, please call 287-2286 at New Parent Support and have a talk with us about it, because we're open to whatever. You know, whatever is out there. We may not be aware of a need that we could easily be meeting, a class, an event, or something that we could facilitate or teach or set up, which would be great.
Well, I am so very excited that we got to talk to you today. We got such great information. I know you've given us the phone number many times. Is there any other place or website or anything else that somebody could look into to find more information?
It is the MWR website. Let me find this here because I don't want to mess it up. So at hood.armymwr.com. So hood.armymwr is one word.com. And if you go into that, because ACS and Child and Youth Services are both part of MWR. So we have all our information. This month's Month of the Military Child activities calendar is in there that will tell you all the different things and classes and offerings going on around post. I know we're almost to mid-month, but we've still got a lot of different things going on around post to celebrate the Month of the Military Child.
Wow. Well, that sounds amazing. And I kind of wish I was a parent, because I definitely want to be involved, but unfortunately I'm not. So
you're still, because that's part of Month of the Military Child. April's always Month of the Military Child, and it's also National and Army Child Abuse Prevention Month. And part of the theme for the Child Abuse Prevention Month is all in to end child abuse, that it's everybody's responsibility, you know, that the military or children, period, are priority number one. So if you suspect that there's abuse or neglect going on, report it.
All right.
And that's the most important thing about this month. And for on post or military children, 287-CARE. Is all you have to do. You can report anonymously if you think that something's going on. All right. The big thing is when it comes to children, we have such a small window of opportunity. You know, childhood's over before you know it.
Right.
And if everybody thinks back on their childhood, things that your parents did or said when you were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 can still resonate in your head now. So it's a very small window of time. I know 18 years sounds like forever, but having been a parent and having my children are both past that age of 18, it goes so fast, so fast. So as a parent, as a neighbor, as a community member, it's really up to all of us to help protect the children. So if we see something that we think isn't right or that there might be something going on, you can call the 287-CARE. If it's off post and not a military family or child, you can go online and put in report child abuse, and you will get an online form that you can fill out through Child Protective Services. Are you going to get them in trouble? Maybe. Maybe they come out and there's nothing going on and it's closed and it's done and there's no trouble. But if there is something going on, maybe trouble needs to happen a little to make sure that the children are safe, right, or that the parents get the support and the help that they need so that the trouble ends in the family.
Right.
No, definitely. Better safe than sorry. I'm so glad that you mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you hear that, single soldiers? Even if you don't have kids, you can still help.
Still make an impact.
Yes, and make that impact.
Watch out for them. Everybody's
Yeah.
got nieces, nephews, friends that
Exactly.
have children. You know, you see them in the PX, you see them at Walmart. You always see them at Walmart. Yeah, they want that candy that's at the aisle.
I want that candy that's on the aisle.
Yeah, I bet you don't throw a fit for it though.
Well, depends how bad I want it.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my.
Terrible 22s. Yeah. That's all I have to say.
Is that what it is? That explains my son, I guess.
Oh,
I didn't
man.
think of it that way.
Right?
Well, I just want to give you a big thank you for coming onto our show today. It has been so informational, and I just know that all of the parents and all of our audience members are going to love this episode. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Save money and get special military discounted tickets to your favorite attractions like Six Flags, Schlitterbahn, SeaWorld, Disney World, and more. Stop by our Leisure Travel Services office located right here on post to get those tickets. For more information, go to our website at hood.armymwr.com. Have fun!
Flash floods in central Texas happen within only a few hours of rain. Every year, more than 80% of flood fatalities involve vehicles, and about 10 people drown in their vehicles each year in Texas. Vehicles of every size can lose control, float, and roll over in flood conditions. Is taking the risk worth it? Is it worth the risk of leaving loved ones behind? Overconfidence kills. Don't drive through floodwater. It's not worth it.
Purple!
I'm sorry, what?
Purple!
I'm sorry, what?
Purple.
Why are you yelling purple at us?
Because it's Military Child Appreciation Month. You got to wear purple.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Purple!
Well, I don't think any of our audience will forget to wear purple.
Right?
Definitely
That's
not
the
now.
idea.
I don't think anyone could forget.
I hope
I
not.
don't think anyone walking past this room will forget.
Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean it. Go back to work.
Speaking of military child,
Yes.
Whenever this episode comes out, I am officially 2 months away from my due
goodness.
date.
What?
I know, it's insane.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
There's gonna be 2 baby pearls.
Oh, man. How are you going to manage?
I have no idea. We'll figure it out when we get there.
No, you're gonna call them for help.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're gonna call
Honestly, I
Yeah.
honestly am excited that we had this episode today. It's perfect
Yeah.
timing for me.
Yes. On a personal note.
On a personal note.
Exactly. It just works out personally.
This was not scheduled, I
It was
promise.
not scheduled for you.
Definitely not planned. But it was very informational. I'm super excited. I'm going to share it with all my mom friends.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it was very interesting, especially for, I'm sure you and myself, as I have no children and
No.
you have no children.
I have
so-
0 that I know of.
Oh boy.
No, I have 0.
I definitely had the most weight in
Yes.
this episode.
Yes, you
I
did.
got 2 kids.
Yeah.
One's not born yet, but I got 2 kids.
Yeah.
On the way.
On the way. One kid,
Counts.
one on the way.
Exactly.
You have like
exactly.
1.5 kids right now.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And then there's Mr. Pearl that
Right.
Yeah.
he needs to take the class.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm so
Oh my
excited for him
goodness.
to take that class.
That would
gonna
be
be a good
amazing.
Except for the part where they called mothers out. I didn't even realize that I did that, but the whole you have to do it my way or the highway type of thinking.
Yes, I could see it in your face as she was like talking. You were having these moments of like, oh no. Yes.
I say that, I'm
Horror
like, oh, well,
Yes.
I do it like this. I tell that to him all the time. Like, oh, well, I do it like this. Or you could just do it like this. It's easier if you do it like this. I was just literally sitting here reflecting to myself and wondering how bad I'm going to get called out when my husband listens to this episode.
Look, it's because she said it, it's not just you.
True.
Exactly.
Yes.
Feel bad.
Honestly.
Yes.
It's
Just a hormonal thing, apparently.
yes.
Everyone does it.
But now you know
Right.
Exactly.
to have the talk and then get him in that class and he'll know.
And then
Yeah.
he can have the empathy belly.
There- yes.
Get a little
I
insight.
know,
love
I know she
that.
said they don't take pictures, but I kind of want to see that.
I
picture.
know, right? I
I would
wish.
love
I was
that.
thinking like, ooh, I wish I could get a picture.
That'd be hilarious.
Right?
Maybe
Oh,
Mr.
man.
Pearl will ask somebody in the class to take a photo
Take a
of
picture,
him.
right?
Yes.
For
Ooh,
you.
Special
Look,
exception.
if I'm
I'm asking for this, so like clearly I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
I am ever in one of those classes, I'm definitely taking a picture
Yeah.
Like,
of yourself.
of like I'll have like because I'll probably do it with other dads that I know,
Are you and all your friends timing out when you're all having babies?
No, my friends are not
what
that
you're doing
coordinated.
here?
Absolutely not. But
I half
hopefully in the
expected you
future.
I half expected you to knock on wood during the episode, honestly.
Yeah, here we go. I just knocked on the table.
Well, aside from my upcoming birth,
Yes.
which we still have
You
2 months.
so many things going on right now.
It's still 2 months away. It's not that close. Like it's
Oh.
close, but it's not that
It'll
close.
2 months flies by.
fly by, yeah.
Well, you know what's even closer? This
What?
weekend is the last weekend that you can do your taxes or put in
Ooh.
for the extension on your
Very
taxes.
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because due to, I think it's Good Friday.
Mhm.
Due to Good Friday,
Mhm.
normally it's on the 15th of April. It's moved to the 18th of April. You got those 3 extra days this weekend, basically, to get them in if you don't already
Yeah.
have them in.
It's very important.
Don't let the IRS come after you. Don't
Yeah,
do
definitely
it.
don't want
You don't
that.
want to be on the
Why?
naughty list this year.
Oh, yeah, no,
No.
definitely not. See, what I thought you were going to say, though, is that your intro changed today.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
bum.
Yeah. I thought that's what you were going to bring up when you're like, oh,
Oh.
speaking of, like, you know, things going on. I thought that's what you were going to say.
No, that would have been a perfect segue. I'm sad I didn't think of that.
Well, it's okay. I found it for you.
It's okay.
All right.
No,
your,
yes.
your title changed.
My title did change. I have officially moved up to the 3rd Armored Corps Public Affairs Office. I will always be a Thunderbird, but I'm excited to also get some more experience up here. So.
Yeah. That's
I
awesome.
was wondering why when I walked in the office this morning you weren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just decided to ditch you.
Yeah. It was kind of, thanks for the heads up.
You're welcome.
She's telling you right now.
Yeah. Well,
On air,
I find
live.
out. All right. Cool.
Oh, so sorry for you.
Thank you for your sympathy.
Yeah, anytime. But I'm happy for you.
Oh, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm super excited. It's good for my career, honestly.
Yes.
It
yes.
is. You're
And it's
gonna-
also good for me because that means I get to see you in the hallways more.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I'll see you when I see you. Because I'm still
Sorry.
down. I'm still down on 11 sig. I gotta work down there. I'm sorry.
No, it's a good
They
unit.
need,
You're good.
they need somebody.
They need someone.
You're gone. They need somebody. They're
Might as
like,
well
hey,
be
you do
you."
it. And I was like, no. This was planned. This was planned
Love that.
weeks in advance.
Yes, we're not all learning now, but you as our listeners are.
Well, yes, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Big stuff.
Yeah.
Big moves.
Yeah.
Big money moves.
Big money moves. Yeah. Money that you got to report to
Money,
the IRS.
Yeah. Oh, tying it back.
Oh.
See, everything ties back to the tax day.
And then
Joke's
also
on you.
Easter.
Yeah. Easter's coming up.
Easter is
Easter is
coming
this
up.
weekend.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited. I'm going to have like an actual basket for my son this year.
Oh, cute.
And then we're also going to do an egg hunt.
Oh,
it's going to be
I
so
love
cute.
That. That's adorable.
Yeah, he didn't do
lot
anything
of-
last year because he was way too young.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
he's
no
just-
gonna
point,
have-
really.
He just ate a red little egg.
Oh.
It was like one of those plastic eggs, and he loves the
Oh.
color red, so he was just trying to eat the egg last
gnawing
year.
on the.
The cutest pictures ever. But this year we actually get to, like, I don't know, participate. It'll
Yeah.
be exciting.
Are you going to dye any eggs?
I don't know about that. That sounds messy.
Mm.
It
Fair.
is messy.
You could color
It's fun.
them or like,
Paint them.
yeah, paint them or put stickers on them. Some
That-
people
see,
do
that
all
sounds
that.
nice.
Yeah.
As long as it's hard boiled, so if anything
True.
cracks,
Yes.
there's
Yeah.
no
Yes, yes,
No, definitely hard
Definitely
boiled.
hard boiled.
no splatty messes.
You don't want that. No.
Nope.
I can just imagine my son would throw it. He'd purposely
Oh,
throw it,
gosh.
and it would be on the cart. It would end up falling on the carpet, not the hard.
Probably, yeah.
That sounds like fun.
But yeah, there are a lot of Easter services going on this weekend. I'm
Yes,
sure that
lots of
there
religious services.
are a ton of religious services or just egg hunts and different things.
Right.
So it's a fun week. It's also
Yeah.
a short week.
It is a short week.
Well, for you guys.
Oh, well,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Yeah, not
If you're
for
a
the
soldier.
normal people.
Sorry, normal people.
Well, congrats to all the soldiers. If you didn't know, today's your last day of work.
Oh man.
But
I'm
yeah, I
very
think
excited.
that's about it.
I think so, yeah.
All right.
That's all we got.
Fantastic. We'll see y'all next week.
Happy Easter.
Bye.
This podcast is a U.S. Army Garrison Fort Hood and Fort Hood Public Affairs production. The show's theme music is written and produced by Delicious All Stars. All our music is obtained through Filter by Song Trader. Have a question or want to share some insights with us? Email us at forthoodpao@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at USAG Fort Hood. And as always, be sure to leave a review and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.